Hello everyone, good morning students. Today we are going to discuss the topic friction, chapter 5, class 11th physics. These are the different topics which we will discuss today. First of all, friction. When a body moves or tends to move over the surface of another body, a force comes into play which acts parallel to the surface of the contact and opposes the relative motion. Please keep this in your mind. Friction is the opposing force which opposes the relative motion. This opposing force is called friction. See this diagram carefully. When body is moving towards right, then frictional force is towards left, and when body is moving towards left, then frictional force is towards right. It means direction of friction is changing with respect to applied force or direction of motion. Static friction. It is the friction which comes into play when one body tends to move over the surface of another body but actually not moving. When body is trying to move over the surface but body is actually not moving, then friction which comes into play is called static friction. Static friction does not exist by itself. When applied force is zero, static friction is also zero. When there is no applied force, there is no static friction. It comes into play the moment there is an applied force. As applied force F increases, static friction also increases, remaining equal and opposite to the applied force up to a certain limit till body is not moving, body is at rest. Hence it is called static friction. Static means at rest, not in motion. Static friction opposes impending motion. What is the meaning of impending motion? Impending motion is the motion that takes place under the effect of applied force if friction is absent. Let us suppose you are applying force over the body and body is not moving. It means there is the friction which is opposing the motion of the body. If that friction is absent, then body will come into play, body will come into the motion. That motion is called impending motion, which will exist in the body if friction is zero. But it does not actually takes place. Static friction is called self-adjusting force. It is called self-adjusting force because as applied force increases, frictional force also increases up to a certain value. As applied force exceeds a certain limit, body begins to move. It is found experimentally that limiting value of static friction, we can say maximum static friction, is independent of area of contact and varies with the normal force N. Static friction maximum is equal to mu s n. Here mu s is the coefficient of static friction and n is the normal force. Mu s depends on the nature of the surfaces in contact, and mu s is called constant of proportionality or coefficient of static friction. S stands for static. Thus, law of static friction may be written as Fs. Static friction is either less than or equal to mu s n. If applied force F exceeds Fs max, maximum value of static friction, body begins to slide on the surface. It is found experimentally that when relative motion has started, the frictional force decreases from the static maximum value. Frictional force will be a little less than the maximum value of static friction when body starts moving. Kinetic friction. Frictional force that opposes the relative motion between surfaces in contact is called kinetic friction or sliding friction. It is denoted by Fk. K stands for kinetic. Kinetic friction is independent of the area of contact. Fk is nearly independent of the velocity. It satisfies a law similar to that of the static friction. Here Fk is equal to mu k n, where mu k is the coefficient of static friction and n is the normal force. Mu k depends only on the surfaces in contact. Mu k is slightly smaller than the mu s. When relative motion has begun, acceleration of the body according to second law. A is equal to F minus Fk upon m, means net force divided by mass. Capital F is the applied force and Fk is the kinetic friction which opposes the motion and opposite to the applied force. So net force will be F minus Fk divided by mass, that is equal to acceleration. For a body moving with constant velocity, F is equal to Fk, means applied force is equal to kinetic friction. So acceleration of the body will be equal to 0 and body will move with the constant velocity. If applied force on the body is removed, it means capital F is equal to 0. So acceleration of the body is equal to minus Fk upon m. Negative sign shows the negative acceleration. So body will eventually come to a stop or body will come to at rest. Graph between applied force and friction. On x-axis we have taken the applied force, capital F, and on y-axis we have taken friction, small f. The graph shows that initially as applied force increases, friction also increases up to a certain value. That value is called limiting friction or maximum value of static friction. Initially graph is a straight line. As applied force increases, frictional force also increases. The static friction reaches the maximum value and then it becomes constant. And that constant value of friction is called kinetic friction. At this point or in this region, as applied force increases, frictional force remains constant when body is actually moving. Laws of friction. Friction is independent of the area of contact. Friction opposes the relative motion. Friction depends on the nature of surfaces in contact. The force of friction is directly proportional to normal reaction force. This fourth point we will discuss more. Here this is the diagram. P is the applied force towards right, which is not showing in this picture, and F is the frictional force towards left. N is the normal force perpendicular to the surface in upward direction, and the downward arrow shows the weight of the body W. There are four forces on the body. First force, weight W, weight of the body vertically downwards, and normal reaction of the surface on the body, which is upwards. P is the applied force towards right, which is under this photo, and F is the frictional force opposite to the applied force. Here frictional force is directly proportional to normal reaction. This is the fourth law of friction. Frictional force is directly proportional to normal reaction. So we can write F proportional to N. When this proportionality symbol is converted into equal to, we use a constant. That constant is mu. F is equal to mu N. Here mu is the coefficient of friction. Rolling friction. The friction comes into play when one body rolls over the surface of another body. Now question is, why there is a need to convert sliding friction into rolling friction? We have to convert sliding friction into rolling friction. We need it in so many cases. But question is, why it is so? The answer is, it is because rolling friction is much lesser than the sliding friction. So friction reduces the efficiency of the machines. So we changes the sliding friction into rolling friction. We reduce the value of friction and efficiency of machines increased. This is the cause of rolling friction. When wheel rolls over the road, it exerts large pressure due to small area. As wheel is circular in shape, so large pressure is applied on smaller area. Due to this large pressure, it causes a slight depression on the road, or we can say a small elevation or mount is created in front of the wheel. Due to this mount or elevation, we need some extra force to climb this mount, which we call cause of rolling friction. Next question is, friction is necessary. Why it is necessary? Or we can say, what are the advantages of friction? Friction helps us to walk. If friction is not there, we cannot walk. Friction helps us to stop the moving vehicles. Without friction, moving vehicles will not stop, they will skid. It helps us to transfer the energy from one part of the machine to other. Due to friction, we can transfer the energy from one part of the machine to another part, which we have seen in many devices, many machines. With the help of belt, we transfer the energy from one wheel to another wheel. We have seen this in floor mills and in windmill and in different machines as well. Nails and screws join various parts due to friction. If friction will not be there, then these nuts and bolts, they will not tight the machine parts. It helps us to write. Okay, if friction is there, then we can write, otherwise no. Just try to write on the highly smooth surfaces. It will be very difficult to write on highly smooth surfaces. Friction is an evil. Explain, or we can say disadvantages of friction. It causes wear and tear. Due to friction, our new machines, or you can say new shoes, get torn off. Okay, the wear and tear is caused due to friction. It decreases the efficiency of machines. Heat is produced in machines due to friction, which damages the machines. As it has both advantages and disadvantages, so we can say friction is a necessary evil. Next, methods to reduce friction. As we have studied that friction is an evil as well, so we have to reduce the friction to increase the efficiency, which we can do by polishing the surfaces, by lubrication, by streamlining, or we can say by giving the proper shapes to the machines, devices, by using ball bearings. Ball bearings are just small spheres which converts sliding friction into rolling friction and reduces the value of friction. By using anti-friction alloys. One alloy has less friction as compared to another alloy. So by selecting suitable materials, by selecting anti-friction alloys, we can reduce friction. By using suitable surfaces, like rubber tire on the road has different friction as compared to iron wheel on road. So by selecting suitable surfaces, we can reduce friction. By using air cushion, by providing suitable paths to pass the air, we can reduce friction. This picture shows that sliding friction is converted into rolling friction. These are the small iron spheres which are between these two parts of the machines. These iron spheres are called ball bearings and they convert sliding friction into rolling friction to reduce the friction. Next topic, lubrication. What is lubrication? The action of applying a substance such as oil or grease to an engine or any component so as to minimize friction and allow smooth movement is called lubrication. It is just applying oil or grease in between different parts of machines for smooth movement, for smooth functioning. This process is called lubrication. Instruments with moving parts may require lubrication to reduce friction. It is an action of making a process run smoothly. The process by which we can run any process smoothly, that action is called lubrication. In this case, we apply oil or grease between different parts of the machines. This is the assignment. Please go through this assignment and try to solve this in your notebooks. Thank you. Have a nice day. For more lectures on the same topic and numericals, you can subscribe the channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.